Hi guys, it is the 6th of February and I'm almost a week late with my video. I apologize. A lot's kind of been happening and I just got busy and then I was like super close to a finish and I didn't want to go into my video without a finish, so that's why we're late. So I do have a finish. I've got whips. One new start from the last video. You guys know I started a peacock. I had that planned out last month, so I started that. I've gotten a lot of stitching done, but it doesn't feel like a lot. It's just crazy. I've almost stitched every day in the last month, and yeah, it might not look like a lot, but it is a lot, and I have to remind myself that even though it doesn't feel like that, every stitch counts and I'm making progress. I've learned that in the last couple of weeks, to be more patient with myself and to be more forgiving with myself in terms of like what I can do and what I can't do. It's taking a lot. I have a lot to thank my counselors for in that aspect, but a lot of the credit just goes to myself, honestly. I am pushing to be a better person. I'm pushing to be more productive. I'm pushing to be, just a better version of myself. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you might have already seen the post I made yesterday on the 5th that I was out at the farm, and you guys might not know this now, but in my last video, I mentioned the farm and the fact that I'm out there working with horses and everything now. But I've also taken up riding lessons, which is like super fun. But like my body is killing me right now. My thighs and my butt. I've taken 3 lessons so far, and in those 3 lessons, I've learned a ton. And not just about riding, but about myself as a person and what I'm capable of. And just being able to work with the horses and doing this private riding lesson and everything is just really, it's brought a version of myself out of me that I wasn't aware was there, right? And it's so rewarding. Just being out in the farm and spending time with the horses and being on top of a horse and riding, it's just, there's honestly like no other feeling like that. And bonding with a horse and knowing that you've got control, it's crazy. Like I said, I've only done like 3 lessons, but like I've learned a ton and I'm doing really well, and my instructor thinks that, I'm going to be a real rider. So I wish I could insert some pictures and video footage here, but like I don't have good editing software at all, and my computer just can't handle. I've got a really crappy computer. My laptop has like 0 memory on it and hasn't since the day I bought it. It's one of those crappy little do the bare minimum computers, and if you really want to use it for anything, you better buy some external storage type computers, and I really wish I knew that when I bought it. Anyway, so my Flosstube videos just get directly uploaded to YouTube via my tablet, so unfortunately I can't. But if you want to see some video footage and you want to see some pictures, jump over to my Instagram. I'm always posting pictures there. And yeah, so that's what I've been up to, riding lessons and just being at the farm and finding myself. That's basically what I'm doing. Through riding and being at the farm, I'm finding the version of me that has been there but hasn't been able to come out, you know what I mean? A lot of self-discovery happening right now, and it's great. It feels really good. So anyways, now that you guys know kind of what's been up and stuff and that, we'll get into my stitching. It's just going to be a short video today. Like I said, I only worked on 3 projects all month, and yeah, so, but I'll also tell you what my plans are for this month, and then, yeah. So first off, I'll show you guys my finish. Now this is a finish that you guys haven't seen in my Flosstube video for a while. this project. I went back on my Instagram just to kind of see when it was that I started it. November of 2017. And it's a small project. It's by no means a large project, and it is one of those things that could have easily been done in like a week, but it wasn't. So, anyway, I finished my Mill Hill snowman. And let me tell you, I've grown to hate Mill Hill kits. It's a perforated paper. It's the 3 strands. It's the shit ton of beads. Yeah. Anyway, it took me like 4 days to beat him because there was just so many. Anyway, here we go, guys. Here he is. In all his beaded glory, he's done. Yep. And it's funny, this kit called for his mouth to be done in brown backstitching. There was no brown provided with the kit. Like, none. So I just substituted the brown for, like, the 3799 or whatever, that gray, and just did his mouth like that. But, yeah. I'm super glad he's done. It just took a lot of work. Yeah. And my mom made a valid point. It's funny, she's not a cross-stitcher, but she thinks like one. She's like, well, if you really don't like the kits, maybe the next time you buy one of these kits, you could still stitch it however you want, but just stitch it on fabric. Like, swap out the paper and just stitch it on fabric. And I'm like, you're so right. You're so right. So that's what I'm going to do. The next time I buy one of these kits, I'm going to stitch 2/2 on 14 count Aida and be done with it because he was a pain in the butt. Glad he's done, but it was a pain in the butt. It took me like 2.5 years, but we're here. We made it. Oy. But if you want to blame anybody as to why my Flosstube video is late, blame the snowman. It's his fault. Alright, so next up is one of my new start that you guys, or where I started last video. I love this project. I didn't stitch on it nearly as much as I wanted to, but I am in love with it and I can't wait to finish it. But it's the peacock that I started. And let me see if I can get a better picture here for you guys. So this is Elegant Peacock or Fantastic Feathers by Doreen Jones. It's beautiful. And I'm just stitching with the called for DMC on 14 count Aida. And this so far is where I'm at. So like I said, not very far, but we're making progress. So me as a stitcher, I don't know if you guys have noticed this with me or not. When I stitch, I start in the center and go up. So I start in the center, I go up, get to the highest point in the cross stitch, and then I work my way back down to the bottom. I just find that works best for me as a stitcher. And I mean, not everybody does that, and that's fine. But look at the eye, you know? But yeah, I love the colors in this and everything, but you know, the fractional stitches on Aida are a real kicker. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. I might sit down and work on him today, to be honest. But we'll see, because I have other stitchy plans too. So, we shall see. That's Mr. Peacock. And my other whip is, of course, my Epic Pokemon, which you guys saw the last time I made a video. I got a page finish. So I technically have 2 finishes. If I count the page finish as an actual finish, I have 2 finishes. But this whole project is freaking huge, so. This whole project is freaking huge. I did the page. I finished the page. So, let me just fold this over for a second. So the way I stitch with this bad boy is I've been stitching, oh my gosh, let me get this back onto the center here. I stitch over as far as the page, like I take the colors, like see here in Moltres here. Let me get these threads out of the way. How the page, I think, stops like right here, but I've just been carrying the thread over into the next page. So see with Dratini here, there was, the page break is kind of in here somewhere, but I just carried the floss over because, like, what's the point? And then, just like with Hage, you don't want to see your page breaks, right? So that's what I've been doing. I tried to do the same thing down here. It just didn't work as well for some reason. Just didn't have as many threads to work with, I guess. But I'm really loving this project a lot. And working block by block, I've learned again, is so much faster for me than going through the color by color and doing the cross-country type method. So I've been going block by block and just kind of going this way. So when I start again, I'll start down here and I'll go this way, and then I'll go block by block until I finish the page. So I'm making really good progress on it, and I really love it, and I'm super glad that I'm doing this project again, and that I found fabric big enough, because I don't know if I showed you all this, but this is some fabric, okay? Like, it's a big project. If nobody's ever seen it, this project does float around the internet a lot, though. A lot of people are doing it, and I really thank Laura, Laura X Stitches, hi Laura, for her Pokemon group on Facebook, because without that, I don't think I would have really felt motivated enough to restart this project, because I did start it, well, I didn't start it several years ago. A friend of mine gifted hers to me because she didn't think she could finish it anymore, and I think I've mentioned that in the past, but I just couldn't do it. She crossed her X's the opposite way as to what I did, and I just couldn't do it. Plus she was working 3 strands over 1 square on 18 count Aida, which made it really, really bulky. And I'm stitching mine 2 over 1 on 18 count Aida. So, and this is bulky enough for me. Like, I'm just content enough with how it's looking now. So, but yeah, that's my epic Pokemon, and I'm super, super glad to be working on it again. And hopefully, before the end of the month is over, I'll have another page finish. Crossing our fingers there, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright, so then the next things up is just going to be to show you guys what my whips are for the next month. So obviously Epic Pokemon's in there as part of, oh, there's some thread here, as part of my rotation. The snowman took up a whole week, so I'm down to like only 3 weeks worth of whips to be able to use, but we'll see. Maybe I can kind of squeeze some things around and work on things for part weeks or something like that. So Epic Pokemon is going to be in the rotation. My Peacock's probably going to be in the rotation. And then I've decided that I'm going to bring out Garden Gate by Dimensions again and see if I can't get some more of this corner finish that I was doing last time. And then the other whip that I'm going to do and hopefully make some good progress on is my Goldfinch and Lilacs by Dimensions as well. So and just to kind of give you guys an idea as to where I am with these again. You guys saw last video, but I'll show it again, just in case you didn't see my last video. But this is where I'm at with my Goldfinches. So maybe this week I can finish the second Goldfinch. I'd really like to be able to do that, but we'll see. And then, like I said, with this project, I was really working in this corner here, so I want to try to maybe even get across the top partially would even be a good goal, I think. So we'll see. We shall see. But yeah, these whips, a couple of these whips, or at least this one, has been a whip that's been in my stash for quite a while. So I want to at least make a finish of a whip that's been in my stash for longer than a year. Try to get something finished this year from that. So, well, actually, to be honest with you, Mr. Snowman already counts on that because he's been a whip from 2017. And I bet you any money this Garden Gate is from around the same time. So if I could finish Garden Gate this year, and it should be fairly easy to accomplish because I don't know if anyone knows this, but like this, like look at all that half stitch. Like 3/4 of this project is half stitch. So there's no reason as to why I probably couldn't hammer that out in like a month. But yeah, so that is basically it for my plans for this month and my finish, my whips, etc., etc. And yeah, I'll just kind of keep you guys posted on what's going on with me. I'll link my blog below. I just started that yesterday, and I'm going to try to keep up with it as much as possible so that I can write in there all my experiences and my feelings about my days out at the farm and everything like that. Just because it's interesting to me, and I think it's a good way for me to express myself and my feelings and to reach out to the horse lovers community, you know? So I'll definitely link that below. Again, I'll link my Instagram below. And yeah, I'm sorry this video was so short, guys, but like I said, it didn't really have a whole lot to show. I don't have any haul. I'm really working from stash this year as much as possible. I might, however, purchase a pattern or two off of Etsy. Let me show you the two pictures that I like. These are projects that are kind of not in the making, but they are ideas of things that I want to do this year. Now, I don't know the shops offhand to who makes these right now. But if I do decide that I'm going to work on these patterns, I will, however, link them. Or if this video goes up and I find in the meantime who did these patterns, I will link them in the description below. I'll edit the description. But at the current moment, I'm planning on doing this one for a friend of mine who loves the Studio Ghibli movies. And from what I understand, the designer of this cross-stitch is Russian, so the pattern's going to be in Russian, so that should be fun. So there's that one. That's an idea for this year. And then the second idea that I have for this year is super freaking cute. You guys are going to love it, love it, love it, love it. Just bear with me while I find a picture. How long ago was it that do I not have it on here anymore? Did I get rid of it? That's possible. I'm going to be really sad at myself if I deleted it. I just went through pictures on my phone the other day, and I swear I had it. It isn't on here. Let me just quickly browse Google. Oh, here it is. Look at that was quick. Okay. So this is the pattern, the second pattern that I would like to stitch this year. And you know who comes to mind when I see this? Come on, y'all know who I'm thinking about. Stitcherista, right? Am I right? And her love for foxes. Yeah, when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, foxes are not my... Like, I generally don't, like, love foxes, but when I saw this, I just about died, and I need to stitch it. There is a, you know, as you can see, there's a fair amount of back stitching, but you know what? I think it would be worth it. The picture is just so beautiful. How could you not want to stitch that? But the person who, the people that do these patterns, this designer and the other designer of the Studio Ghibli one, do really, really detailed and fantastic work. So, like I said, I'll do my best to link the description to the links to their Etsy pages below. But yeah, so those are just basic ideas. Right now, I'm not in the mindset or financial position to like buy new stuff, so I'm kind of holding off a bit. But if I can come across, you know, enough funds to purchase the materials for these two, I certainly will. And you guys will be the first to know, because, you know, like I said, I'm trying really, really hard to stitch from stash, and I'm trying to get some stuff done that's been sitting around for years needing to be done. So, but yeah, when I saw those two patterns, I just had to put them on my wish list, so to speak, and yeah. So anyway, that's it for me, guys. Thanks for sticking with me and following my progress. Like I said, I think I'm going to try my best to be a monthly Flosstuber from now on. And depending on how much stitching I get done, I might be a bi-weekly bi-weekly Flosstube person. Who knows? It just depends on how much I feel like I'm getting done and all that kind of stuff. But yeah. So thanks again for watching, guys. If you don't already and you want to subscribe, that'd be great. But yeah, I'll link everything below, my Instagram as well as my blog. And I'll see you guys next month, if not a little sooner. Bye.